Hey you guys, it's Cece. Welcome back to my channel. We have some new stuff coming into Raid, so let's take a look at what they have in store for us. I love that they do these videos and they actually take us into it and show us like a quick preview of like, this is what's to come. Now, hopefully what they're introducing and saying here doesn't take too long to get into the game. But with that, let's see what they're actually bringing in for us.
Hey everyone, it's time for another episode of What's Next in Raid, because we've got some exciting updates coming soon. There's Faction Wars Hard Mode, an expansion to Siege battles with some new mechanics, a first look at this year's Community Weeks, and more. So buckle up and let's get into it. We'll start with an old and popular feature that has been around for almost as long as Raid itself. We thought it was about time for an update, so enter Faction Wars Hard Mode.
Oh, love that. So for myself, I'm still very figuring out my Faction Wars. I have not completed it yet, but I do love that they're adding in a hard mode. It is something I actually wondered for a bit if they were just gonna, I played like other mobile games and other gachas and games like that where they have similar things, but they'll have like a normal, hard, even like a hell mode. So the fact they're adding in another mode in here is great, especially for players that have already completed this. You are kind of, I guess, day in, day out, you're just going in, using your keys. Maybe you don't if you're already kind of end game and completed it and done it. For someone like me, though, I need to get myself in gear and finish my Faction Wars, or at least get some steps closer to it.
The concept is simple. Greater challenges, greater rewards. You'll unlock hard mode by finishing all faction crypts and collecting the final Faction Wars reward on normal mode, Lydia the Death Siren. The schedule will be the
That is why I need to finish my Faction Wars so that I can get her.
same on both difficulties, so don't worry about there being a mismatch on opening days. You'll also be able to access hard mode crypts with the same keys you'd use to access normal mode crypts.
That I like. It's not going to be another currency you'd have to worry about, more keys to worry about. You can just use the same ones, because chances are if you've already completed normal and now you've unlocked hard, you're not going to go back to doing normal. You're just going to do hard. So yeah, using the same ones and on the same day also makes it easier as well.
Crypts will be significantly harder, but that also means better rewards. We're talking artifact crafting materials, glyphs, including rank 6 glyphs in rare, epic, and legendary rarities, and new rewards like relic crafting materials for a brand new group. And those are just the goodies that drop from regular crypt stages. We're also introducing a whole new line of rewards. The challenges are harder though. Clearing a stage with no losses will only net you 2 stars this time around.
Oh, instead of 3. Okay, so we actually I feel like hard mode is really gonna make you actually think, and hopefully you'll have the champions to be able to do it, so...
Getting 3 will require something special. It might be killing enemies while they're under 10 debuffs, or landing a specific number of final blows.
Final blows the champion under perfect veil. That's so specific.
With the champion under perfect veil. Be sure to check out what challenge awaits you on each specific stage.
I mean, I guess it does make it more challenging. It's not just going to be hard mode. They're like, hey, we're really going to add in extra to here. So are you somebody who enjoys doing Faction Wars? And is this something that excites you? Because I feel like it makes you kind of strategize all over. If you've already, like I said, completed Faction Wars, then this kind of brings in another element of strategy. So I am curious if that is something that you enjoy in the game. Do you like doing Faction Wars? Or is this something that you're like, oh no, it's something else I have to complete? Or are you like, yes, something new?
Speaking of challenges, you'll also have to face off against much stronger faction crypt keepers too. Each updated boss will have its own focus, whether it's damage over time, single target damage, etc. Each new tainted crypt keeper is visually distinct.
They look cool.
For your convenience, and we'll make sure there are in-game boss guides to help you out. The challenge completion rewards for clearing hard mode stages are pretty awesome too.
All right, I see primal shards, soul stones, I think immortal, and a mythical.
And they'll also include a mythical champion you won't be able to get anywhere else. So get out there and conquer faction.
So that's how you know it's really going to be challenging. They're giving you a mythical. So for somebody like me, it is going to take me a very long, probably like a year, maybe more, than we'll see. But this is definitely something that for myself is not going to be easy to do. I will attempt it. I'll probably even make videos on it, so be sure that you subscribe so you watch me go through hard mode, or at least attempt it, because eventually we will get there, and we want that mythical.
Wars today to make sure you're ready for when hard mode drops. Next up, let's talk about changes coming to Siege.
So I will say Faction Wars, that's exciting. It's not something that really, I guess affects me right now, because I do need to finish my normal one. But the fact that they're adding in a hard mode, love that they're increasing what you can actually get from the rewards. So hopefully that does, I guess, make it more enticing to use those keys as well, because now you are getting better rewards for it. That's actually going to make it worth it for you guys, and you'll get usable stuff from it as well, because when it comes to crafting things in the forge, and some of you say clan versus clan, I'll craft like the low gear stuff that I got from Faction Wars. At least now, hopefully you can get some more usable stuff that you'll be able to get some good gear from. Ideally, hopefully, when you are doing that crafting in the forge. I will say, I do love that.
All clan fortress buildings will have their max level increased from 3 to 6. That means 90 additional defense team slots, more battles for all participating players, and more resources that can be won. We're also planning a new mechanic for magic towers and defense towers.
I mean, it'll always take more resources, right? We'll take that.
These defensive measures can conceal some of the champions garrisoned in a tower before a fight begins, or apply debuffs to the attacking team. Think of them like traps. They're a tool to mislead the enemy and utilize a greater range of tactics to make breaking through your defenses even harder. We're also expanding siege tiers up.
So now it's going to be even more strategy that will go into siege. Siege is also something that I've started to do. I, of course, use my attack sun and everything, but I haven't gotten to explore really the strategy side of it. So kind of cool. They're adding more into it.
To 8. New tiers? That must mean new rewards, I hear you ask. You're right. Winning sieges in tiers 7 and 8 comes with greater rewards.
All right, trying to compare. Well, right now, reward info. I'm wondering if they've updated it. Wait, it looks the same right now, but
such as unique crafting material.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so this is the additional stuff they're adding
for another new group of relics coming down the line. But
this is like the second time in this video I think they've said new relics. So relics being something that's relatively new into the game now, and I guess they're slowly but surely just adding in more and more and more relics. Are you guys do you use relics? I feel like I don't utilize relics as much as I probably maybe should, but I also haven't gotten much of the material to actually craft any really good solid relics. So I mean, maybe it's different for you guys. Have you had luck with actually crafting a good relic, something that we're excited for? I guess it makes sense for them to add more in as it goes, but second time they mentioned this, we're gonna get more relic stuff.
Be more difficult to stick around than it is in tiers 1 to 6. You'll need to reach a certain number of siege points to enter tier 7, and winning a battle there will propel you into tier 8. However, losing battles will drop you to lower tiers, and you'll have to win again to return.
That makes sense. You win, you go up, you lose, you drop.
We'll also be tweaking some existing mechanics, such as victory conditions tweaks meant to deal with siege draws and clan management tools, to see where we can improve there. Keep an eye on the patch notes coming in the future to learn more. A slightly smaller feature we've got coming, but no less exciting, is leaderboards.
This is something I have wondered from the start, that they didn't really have leaderboards going on. The closest thing we ever had was like teams of the week, and that was it. So this, I'm very curious what this is going to be.
Bragging rights. In essence, we're implementing dedicated leaderboards for all arena modes and the 6 dungeons.
There you go. So not only arena, but they're doing dungeons as well. I will say when it comes to dungeons, I would like to be able to see teams. Hopefully that's something that they include in there, because you could actually see what champions people are using. Otherwise, I guess if you see a score, it's just really like essentially for bragging rights. That's more or less what this is going to be. And maybe like, is this something you think that's going to entice you to try to hit a top slot? Like I could see this being like friendly competition between like clan members to kind of like beat them out in terms of dungeons, which I think would also be cool with the leaderboards, is if they can do a ranking within like your clan as well as like the whole thing. But
be able to see the top 3 performers in the arena or dungeons collectively, but you'll also be able to see the top 100 players for each separate mode and location.
It doesn't look like you're able to really see like teams on dungeons. That would have been cool, I think, but I guess like I said, you get to kind of brag if you're in one of these top slots, and a little bit of flexing in there.
Within the arena and dungeons. These leaderboards will be separated by region and will be refreshed each week for arena and every 2 weeks for dungeons. Scoring high on the global and regional leaderboards will net you some sweet avatar frames and unique badges to show off on your raid profile.
Yeah, I was curious to like what the, like if you are up there, do you get anything? So I guess, yeah, like I said, something to brag, little avatar frames.
Finally, Community Weeks is coming back. We've got a new event planned to celebrate you, our wonderful community, and the bonds you forged with one another on your adventures in Teleria. So, what's new? Well, we're introducing a new 25-day login program, similar to an advent calendar.
Ooh. I'll let it finish, and then I'll...
Calendar. A specific slot will unlock each day, and you'll need to log in to claim the reward assigned to it. You'll want to log in every day, or you might miss out on some serious goodies. On some of the days, you'll be able to claim fragments for a brand new legendary champion, Udex Artor, created especially for community weeks. Don't worry about missing out on the fragments, though. You'll still be able to claim them before the daily login rewards come to an end. Still, it's better to log in every day to claim the other resources as well. The final reward...
Okay, so if you miss a day, essentially, it doesn't count. You won't be able to get that. But logging in every day progress towards Legendary Champion. I do love that there is a Legendary Champion. We can get some more champions that we can get, especially if you haven't had the best luck with maybe like shard pulls and things, and that's a nice way to do that. Some days we'll give out champion fragments, a primal shard, or even a relic, so don't miss out. Curious to see what it actually will be for every day versus the calendar we have now. Sometimes it's energy or some silver or, you know. So if this is actually going to be like premium stuff every time.
Of the Community Week's Advent Calendar is a legendary relic, and you get to decide what it'll be. When the time comes, you'll get to vote on one of 4 options. Rally your friends, make your vote count,
hey, I was just talking about needing more relics. There you go.
determine the boon every player will receive. We're nearly done, but a What's Next in Raid video is never complete without a sneak peek at some upcoming champions. Feast your eyes on these incredible new warriors coming to the game over the next few months. And that's it for now. We hope you're excited about these new features coming to the game. As always, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel.
Very cool. Okay, so overall, we're getting new stuff over the next few, I guess, like I said, like period of time. They didn't really tell us when everything is coming into the game, but I will say there's some stuff in here I am excited for. Looking at this, I think the thing I'm most excited for is the community weeks and just kind of logging in and getting some of those premium rewards. I do love that they are adding things into faction wars like a hard mode. It just makes me have to focus even harder onto faction wars, and same with Siege. So Siege, I'm more getting into it now and I'm at least using my attacks, but I do like that there is going to be more strategy aspects coming into this. I am curious though, what are you guys excited with this next update that's coming from Raid? Comment and let me know. If you download Raid Shadow Legends using my link, I'm actually going to start you off with the free Legendary Champion on day 1, and then at level 10, level 20, and level 30, you'll get yourself an epic. That is 4 amazing champions that you can get just by downloading using my link. Now that you've downloaded using my link, you want to make sure that you are entering a new player code. You do have to enter this within 72 hours of actually downloading the game. The code that I suggest using is MonkeyKing. This is going to get you Sun Wukong, who is a legendary champion who is very good, but only here for a limited time. So you're going to want to make sure that you claim that. Be sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Next level.